Have you ever noticed how the smallest royal detail, a single sparkle, a single jewel, can quietly expose the biggest power struggle in the monarchy? Yeah, that's exactly what happened here. And trust me, this story is not about jewelry. It's about control, identity, respect, and a line that finally got crossed. So grab a drink, get comfortable, and if you love royal drama, hit that subscribe button now because this one unfolds like a slow-burning palace thriller. Now, picture it. A new formal photograph of the British royal family drops. Everyone looks polished, everyone looks calm, everyone is dressed in soft, neutral tones. And then there's Catherine, Kate Middleton, the Princess of Wales. She's the only burst of color in the image, like the photo itself decided to highlight her. And on her head, that tiara, the Oriental Circlet. And if you're a royal watcher, your brain immediately goes, wait, why that one? Because that tiara is not random. It's powerful, it's historic, it's symbolic. And apparently, it was never supposed to still be in Kate's possession at that moment, because behind that peaceful photo, Buckingham Palace was quietly on fire. Now here's the part they don't tell you in official statements. What if I told you Queen Camilla took 3 of Catherine's tiaras without asking? Not borrowed, not requested, taken. And the palace didn't explode until Prince William found out. Yeah, that William. The calm one, the controlled one, the man who usually swallows everything for the sake of stability. This time, he didn't. And if you think this is just petty accessory drama, you're about to realize why tiaras inside that palace are more political than crowns. Before we continue, quick pause. If you enjoy slow-burn royal scandals, subtle power wars, and behind-the-curtain palace tension, go ahead and like this video so YouTube knows you're one of us, and comment Teen Kate or Teen Camilla early so I know where you stand. All right. Let's rewind to the beginning. October 28th. Buckingham Palace is in full preparation mode. 2 massive events are coming. November 12th, Camilla hosting the Booker Prize finalists, global press, literary elites, soft power moment. November 14th, King Charles's official birthday in South Wales, military parades, cameras, tradition. Everything has to be perfect. Staff are rushing, protocol teams are triple-checking seating charts, wardrobe fittings are happening constantly, floral designers are arguing about orchids like it's life or death. And Camilla? She's hands-on, very hands-on, not delegating, not trusting, running everything. Lighting angles, fabric textures, imported flowers, custom Italian materials. Nothing escapes her approval. Insiders say she wasn't just planning events, she was staging authority. Every detail had to scream, I belong here. And then came the problem, the tiaras. Camilla's gowns were chosen, deep blue, ivory, electric, but none of her regular tiaras matched. Some clashed, some were under maintenance, some looked too heavy, some felt undated. And that's when her eyes drifted to Kate's collection. Kate's tiaras are iconic, not loud, not arrogant, but quietly powerful. And one in particular stood out, the Oriental Circlet, a tiara tied to Queen Mary, worn only by women seen as future pillars of the monarchy. It symbolized restraint, strength, and continuity. It wasn't just pretty, it was Kate's, and Camilla wanted it. November 4th, quiet palace corridor. No cameras, no witnesses, just Camilla and Kate. Camilla starts politely, controlled, cool. I hear you have the Oriental Circlet. Kate is surprised but respectful. I was planning to wear it myself. Camilla's tone shifts. You have plenty of jewelry. Translation, you don't need this. Kate stays calm. It was given to me. I've planned my wardrobe around it. Camilla's patience snaps. Why are you always trying to take the spotlight? And that's when the crown card is played. Remember who I am. I am the queen. Kate doesn't raise her voice. She doesn't flinch. She just says it's about preparation and respect. Camilla steps closer. You should know your place. Oof. Kate straightens. I will make arrangements, and she walks away. Now, let me ask you something. If that was you, would you have walked away calmly? Because I would have already mentally packed my bags and moved to Scotland. Anyway, Kate assumed it would end there. It didn't. The next day, Camilla's security officer arrives at the royal vault. No notice, no prior approval, no Catherine authorization. The guard hesitates. Protocol demands Kate's permission. And the response? She is not the queen. That sentence alone tells you everything. 3 tiaras are removed: the Oriental Circlet, the lover's knot, Diana's legacy piece, the lotus flower, all logged under Camilla's authority, not borrowed, claimed. Kate finds out later that afternoon, and this is where her composure cracks, quietly, not screaming, not storming, just silent devastation. Because those tiaras weren't accessories, they were milestones. They told her story, and now they were gone. She confronts Camilla in front of staff, and Camilla doesn't deny it. She just says, I took what was needed. Kate reminds her of protocol. Camilla laughs. Protocol bends for power. Kate says it's about boundaries. Camilla replies, it's always about power. And then comes the line that ended everything. I took 3 because I could. Let that sink in. Not because she needed them, not because of tradition, because she could. If that doesn't make your stomach turn, I don't know what will. But the real betrayal? One of those tiaras was being fitted for Camilla's non-royal granddaughter. That breaks every rule. Tiaras are not loaned to non-working family members, ever. Kate realizes this wasn't just disrespect, it was erasure. She holds it together for her children, smiles through dinner, cries in silence, waits. Then William comes home, and finally she tells him everything. She doesn't rage, she doesn't shout, she explains. And when she finishes, William is silent. Not calm, not soft, silent, the dangerous kind. He tells her, this doesn't end here. The next morning, he walks into King Charles's chambers. No smiles, no pleasantries. He lays out the breach, the disrespect, the rule-breaking, the emotional damage. Charles listens, and for once, he sides with William, orders the tiaras returned, and within hours, they are. Kate later appears at a state banquet wearing the Oriental Circlet, not loudly, not dramatically, just confidently. A quiet message. I am still here. I am still respected. I am still standing. Now, let me ask you, was William right? Was Camilla wrong? Was this about jealousy, insecurity, or power? Comment below because I need to hear your thoughts. And if you're Team Kate, hit that like button like it personally offended you. If you're Team Camilla, I respect your bravery in the comments. And if you're just here for royal chaos, welcome home. Subscribe for more stories like this, because in the royal world, crowns aren't worn, they're fought over. And some are earned, while others are simply taken. Thank you so much for watching.
And when he asked for privacy, it didn't sound royal. It sounded like a father, like a husband, like a human being. Afterward, they withdrew completely, because protecting children matters more than cameras, because grief doesn't care about crowns. And if you've ever lost someone, you know exactly what that silence feels like. Comment if you felt that moment too. I'm reading every single one. Then came the king's decision. He had to speak, not as a monarch, but as a man. Drafts were written, scrapped, rewritten. Nothing felt right. Because how do you speak for a nation when your own heart is shattered? When the cameras finally rolled, he sat alone at a desk dressed in black, hands clasped, eyes heavy. And when he spoke, his voice wasn't royal, it was fragile. We are all, in the end, human. That line alone changed everything. Living rooms fell silent, pubs paused, hospitals stopped. The monarchy had dropped its armor. For the first time in generations, the crown felt human. No applause followed, only reflection, only tears, only understanding. And in that moment, Britain didn't see a king, it saw a father. Slowly, pieces of the truth emerged. Not scandal, not politics, not betrayal, just loss. A deeply personal loss, the kind no title can protect you from. And suddenly the story shifted. People stopped speculating. They started empathizing. Because grief doesn't need details to be understood. Across Britain, vigils burned through the night. Candles, hymns, letters, toys, ribbons. Strangers hugged. Volunteers brought blankets. Churches opened their doors. People of every belief sat together in silence, not for monarchy, for humanity. And something strange happened. Critics mourned beside loyalists. Young stood beside old. For once, nobody argued. Everyone simply felt. Days passed. The palace remained quiet. The future felt uncertain. But one truth settled deeply into the nation. Crowns may symbolize power, but beneath them beat hearts that break just like ours. And that changes everything. So now Britain waits, not for tradition, not for ceremony, but for healing. Because something has shifted. The monarchy no longer feels distant. It feels human, fragile, real. And maybe, just maybe, that's where its future truly begins. If this story touched you, please share your thoughts below. I really mean that. I want to hear what you felt reading this. Like the video if it moved you. Subscribe if you want more stories told honestly. And remember, even the mightiest families are not beyond heartbreak. Thank you for staying with me. Thank you for feeling this story.